And Emily Ogle will replace Celeste Bourret. And Gabby Seiler is replacing Angela Salem.
Interesting sub bringing in Seiler for Salem, who was so key in that quarterfinal win over North Carolina, disrupting North Carolina's play, even getting a shot off towards the end.
Rodriguez looking for Charlie, and right there's Chapman. The Portland Thorns, they come in with 45 shots on the game, second most in the NWSL Challenge Cup behind only North Carolina, but have yet to have a shot on target in this one.
What's interesting, when you look at the stats so far in the tournament, Houston have been incredibly efficient when it comes to goals scored off of their shots on goal. But based on this game so far, they need more shots on goal, and they need to finish. They've been trying to play the numbers game of let's keep shooting, let's keep shooting. Doesn't matter if it's not on target, right? And we've seen how successful Portland can be playing the opportunistic game, especially when you're missing a lot of your starters. Only takes that one goal, changes the whole game.
Rodriguez now trying to figure out different things with Gabby Seiler and Emily Ogle, the first substitutions. Of course, both teams have 5 substitutions. As this is played out by Kelly Hubley.
With Ogle coming on, that's another member of the Penn State squad from 2015 that won the first ever women's soccer national title for the Nittany Lions. Rocky Rodriguez, Emily Ogle, and Britt Eckerstrom, all part of that squad.
Offside flag up.
Ogle was Portland's only draft pick last year. They tend not to build their squad via draft very often. Of course, this year was very different. Portland taking the #1 and #2 picks.
This one cleared away by Mingus. And a throw here for the Dash. Dash, no substitutions as of yet. They will keep their same starting 11 that they began with. Prince, who had a great first half. She had 3 good crosses. Just unable to link up with any of her Dash teammates.
6 total on the half. Leads the team, of course. No one on Portland had more than 1, and that might be the secret to the Dash success in this game. If someone can just finish one of those crosses coming from Nichelle Prince. I feel Prince and Sophie Schmidt have been the most solid players for the Dash in this game. Schmidt doing excellent work as defensive mid. Communicates really well with that back line.
And Schmidt right there to step up in front of Rodriguez. Mewis. Basali to her left. That's where she goes. Groom. Weaver trying to touch that on. And Prysock will be called for the foul.
Prysock smart to stay glued to Morgan Weaver's side. As we saw against North Carolina, Weaver, even with Addison Merrick right by her, still managed to convert the game winner against North Carolina.
Weaver, the 2nd overall draft pick. Of course, Sophia Smith went #1 to the Portland Thorns, but she is yet to play here in this Challenge Cup with an injury. Back-to-back picks for the Thorns as they had a roster overload. A lot of new faces in for Mark Parsons. This one slided through. Charlie wins the battle here with Chapman. Basali back deep.
Chapman getting the work done. Basali coming to help and smartly kicking it off of Westfall to win Dash a corner deep.
Seiler. Weaver drops it off. Ogle, that one off Prysock. Weaver plays it to Charlie. Charlie trying to cut in, and once again Chapman denies Charlie. Westfall cuts back. Seiler loses possession to Mewes. He is grabbed from behind. Advantage to Houston. Groom charging forward, and once again, Seiler grabbing at Groom. Daly has a couple players in the middle, and then plays it out behind the netting.
A lot of work there for no reward. It took a while for Houston to get that out of their end, but they finally broke through. Groom taking the ball, shaking off Seiler, sending it through to Daly, who's just a little too deep to get that on frame.
Houston had numbers there, just couldn't get anything at the end. Gotta wonder how that counter is going to play a factor here in the second half for both these two teams. Somehow kept in by Charlie. No, there is a late whistle. And Chapman comes over.
I like the new back of the jersey sponsor for Dash Kushada. That's actually a resort and casino really close to where Alicia Chapman went to school at LSU.
Mewes. Mingus right there. Mingus has had an excellent game here for the Portland Thorns of denying anything in that box for the Houston Dash.
Mingus drafted by the Thorns in 2014. She's played every knockout game in the club's history except for the inaugural season.
Price Hawk steps forward, gives it right back. Rodriguez looking for Charlie. Simone Charlie with her first NWSL goal. That one coming in the opening game against North Carolina in the preliminary round.
She had a couple of assists last season.
Charlie giving chase. And Nan plays this out for a throw. Portland was looking at their second corner there nearly. There's a look at Mark Parsons as he gets a glass of water.
Mark Parsons has taken Portland to the playoffs and in this tournament the knockout round every season he's been head coach, dating back to 2016. I saw a great stat tweeted by Dan Lauletta from Equalizer Soccer today. This is the first time since 2015 that a knockout round of NWSL does not feature Paul Riley or the team he's coaching, whether it be Western New York Flash or North Carolina. First time for everything, right?
Of course, Portland getting their only win so far of this Challenge Cup in quarterfinals against the North Carolina Courage.
And that's why the seeding after the first round is so interesting when you're only judging on 4 games. And we know how close the competition is, even when you're the top team or the bottom team. But it's one thing to base seeding on 24 games for a season, but after 4 games and coming into all the tiebreakers, some really interesting matchups. And that's why it's a little less surprising that we had seeds number 6, 7, and 8 upset 1, 2, and 3. And of course, the 4v5 game went to penalties, so very close.
Groom looking for Daly as that pass is chopped down. Ogle to Sinclair. Sinclair very active in that first half. Nearly had a goal, but sent it above the crossbar. She plays it to Weaver. Back to Sinclair. Sinclair lines it up, pauses. Ogle. Back post, and Campbell comes out, ball still loose. And now pushed forward by the Dash, but only as far as Kristen Westphal. She sends it in back post. Weaver. Little action there from the Thorns, challenging Jane Campbell. Jane Campbell tried to make a stop. The ball remained loose as we take a look back.
Ogle sending the ball in to Charlie. Chapman's on Charlie's back. Jane Campbell comes out. Doesn't make a clean save, but at least gets in the way, gets her hand on the ball. And ultimately, the Dash are able to clear it out of danger. Coming to you from Rio Tinto Stadium. Lots of great women's soccer history in this game, not just NWSL. It was in this stadium 10 years ago, Josh, that Alex Morgan played her very first game in a USA jersey. And that was the only time the U.S. women have played a snow game. 1-0 versus Mexico. They made snow angels on the field after the game-winning goal.
Houston and Portland, the first of our semifinal games here at Rio Tinto Stadium. Up later on tonight, you have Chicago and Sky Blue FC, that one at 10 Eastern. Of course, the final will be on Sunday. That one will be at 12:30 p.m.
And just like the quarterfinals, neither the semifinals nor the championship will go to extra time. If tied at the end of the regulation, they'll go straight to penalties.
We saw 3 quarterfinal games go to PKs. The only one that did not was Portland and North Carolina. Ogle sends it in to the spot. And Charlie was able to get her head on it.
And of course, voting is underway for best 11 of the tournament, future legend. Fans can vote for that. Just check out NWSL's Facebook page or Twitter feed or NWSLsoccer.com. I think voting lasts through, I think, tomorrow morning. Of course, we also have Golden Boot Award like we've talked about.
Right now, that's being led by Lynn Williams, the player down. Rachel Daly right behind Williams. She has 2 goals and 1 assist. Her teammate Shea Groom with the same line.
Westphal staying on her feet. Daly flipping over, winning the call. Morgan Weaver maybe not aware of the new rule change that you can't even come near the ball defensively.
Towards the spot. Prince. Back post, no one there for the dash. Houston had their look set up. Prince was open. Just too much weight on that lofted pass. Houston looking a little bit dangerous there, though. Free kick sent up by Rachel Daly.
And we are getting to that point where we start to see some subs.
Historically, Portland has dominated this matchup. Last win for Houston coming back in 2016.
And of course, the 2 times that they beat Portland in their history, Christine Sinclair was not on the field.
This one will play all the way back to Jane Campbell. Campbell, a quiet first half, yet to see a shot on target. Hansen with the throw. Played up by Nunn, over the head of Daly. Mingus right there for the Thorns. Charlie in the circle. Charlie had a chance on a header a few minutes ago. With an easy stop for Jane Campbell. Charlie getting the start today. It was between her and Tyler Lucy. Mark Parsons feeling that she would get more of an offensive threat.
It's been a while since we've had a goal, Josh, of course, since the first quarterfinal, but in the tournament, most of the goals have come in the second half.
Nunn slows it down. Bazzali looking to get around Ogle. Mingus at midfield. Looking for Charlie, chests it down. This one sent up, but no one forward for the Thorns. Still looking for both teams to be more consistent in that final third. Looking for a little bit more build-up to be a threat. As Rodriguez pokes it forward, but right there is Naughton.
Neither team looking really great with their passing.
Prince with the chance, and that one stopped by Eckerstrom. Another diving save. Well, we saw Eckerstrom make diving saves like that against North Carolina. First real challenge of the night coming from Nichelle Prince.
First diving save we've seen in this game. Prince again, the breakaway player coming into the box, getting the shot off. Eckerstrom's right there. Dash trying to play the rebound, and Eckerstrom gets that one as well. Just when I was saying that the passing hasn't been, the pass completion rate hasn't been very strong, but Prince has been doing a lot of great work on the flanks.
For Eckerstrom, another solid save. And Emily Mingus and Christine Sinclair were talking about how positive she's been in this tournament before she even started in the quarterfinal game. Just happy and upbeat. She waited for a chance, and she's getting a second one. Here's this is sent in by Vasali, back post. Here, another great look at Prince. Trying to go to the left side, but coming out and cutting off the angle. Britt Eckerstrom doing a marvelous job here to get the save.
Read that so well. And I like seeing, too, that the Dash are playing the rebound.
Great look at our secret virtual watch party powered by Google Meet, and you can see the frustration there on the fans. We've seen some great saves here in this Challenge Cup tournament. Many of them coming from not just Britt Eckerstrom, but Bella Bixby as well for the Portland Thorns.
Yeah, I think save of the tournament is going to be much harder to decide than goal of the tournament, Josh.
We go back to last game. One save that really pops out for me for Britt Ekstrom is the one she had in Dabinia on the free kick where she bends it in over the wall going to the top corner.
Yes.
And Ekstrom full layout with a marvelous save.
And if you look at that replay, you see Dabinia making the run just in case she gets a hand on it, but she had sent it out, so Dabinia's run is like, wait, there's not even a rebound to play? Like, what?
Schmidt denying the path. He was lofting it on the scoop. And corner kick for Houston. As that one's last touch by Kelly Hubley. Third corner here for the Houston Dash, first of the second half.
There's a good look at Megan Klingenberg with her special concussion preventing device that we've recently learned about, like changes the blood flow.
Driven in. Ghazali. Schmidt. And that one just rises past.
I can't tell from that angle, was she shooting on goal or crossing over to her teammates? Right-footed dagger. Trying to cross it, I'm thinking, for the head of Mewis or Hansen. Schmidt played the first 2 seasons of NWSL with Sky Blue. So she has scored, but not since that era. She returned to NWSL last year to play with Houston after spending several seasons in Germany.
And Portland gives the ball right back to the Dash at midfield. Dash looking for that first goal and possibly that first win against the Thorns since 2016. This is the first of our 2 semifinal games. Later on, we will have Chicago and Sky Blue for you. And we will have another sub as Tyler Lucy will now enter for Portland, and she'll replace Simone Charlie.
Tyler Lucy out of Princeton. The only player drafted out of Princeton in the league, but the one of two Tigers in the entire league, as Diana Matheson is also out of Princeton. Lucy with 2 game winners last year, both of them pretty late in the game.
3 subs now used for Mark Parsons. James Clarkson has yet to use a sub for the dash. I have to wonder going forward, if this game does go to PKs, how these teams elect to use the subs going forward. Is this a slot at Gabby Seiler? Seiler centers it, but no one there.
Weaver trying to bump Vazzali off the ball, but Vazzali keeps her footing.
Good run there by the Thorns. Seiler had space on that left side. She had numbers in the box to play back to as we get a look at U.S. Women's National Team coach Vlatko Andonovski.
He's probably enjoying the change of scenery too, right? You don't see the playground. He doesn't get to go on the playground anymore, but a new view of the mountains.
Look at 2018's MVP, Lindsey Horan. Prince. Hansen back outside. Prince at the end line. And another corner here for the Houston Dash.
So much great work from the forward out of Ohio State today. It'd be nice to see her rewarded with a goal or an assist. But here at least she earns Dash a corner.
Inward swinging ball. And now the corner will come to the other side for Houston.
Good follow-up by Vazzali to play the rebound coming from Daly and play it off a Portland player. Dash is one of the few teams to score off a corner kick in this tournament.
Lewis switches sides. The service. That one off the crossbar, the follow-up, and that one goes in, and Houston has taken a 1-goal lead coming from Rachel Daly. Well, for Houston, you had to wait 3.5 games, but they get their first goal dating back to the second game of the preliminary round.
And Rachel Daly's goal has ended their scoreless streak of 375 minutes. Wonderful corner kick from Mewis. Schmidt heads it back on frame, and in the mess in front of goal, a really smart header by Rachel Daly. Eckerstrom is already on the ground, not much she can do, and her defenders look like they're already in goal. Third goal of the tournament for Rachel Daly, her first since her brace in the opening game. She's now tied with Lynn Williams at the top of the Golden Boot standings, but of course has played more minutes. So she would need another goal or an assist if she wants to pass Lynn Williams.
And for Eckerstrom, you're wondering, she was just sitting on that goal line. She could have turned her body. The ball hit off her and crossed the goal line. First goal for the Houston Dash. And now the Portland Thorns will have to play from behind. Here's where you'll probably see numbers begin to push forward for Portland. They've already used 3 subs.
Portland played from behind in their opening match, getting an equalizer, but then ultimately giving up the game winner in stoppage time.
Nice little turf burn there for Rachel Daly on the knee. And of course, that will have to get cleaned up. Rachel Daly in 2018, a career high of 10 goals. Of course, she represents England One of those versatile players that she can play up top, but under Phil Neville, she was seeing a lot of outside back work.
Of course, we'll have to wait to see who replaces Phil Neville for England head coach. He announced a while back that he would be moving on. His contract, I think, was through Euro 2021, but of course now that everything got bumped back. Today would have been the first soccer matches of the 2020 Olympic tournament, which has been pushed to 2021. So Women's Euro to 2022, a lot of things shifting. Daly coming off the field, which is required since the trainer came on the field. I think she just has to wait to be led on.
Just a little bit more than 18 minutes remaining as Houston looks to possibly hold on to this 1-0 lead to move on to the championship game. That will be on Sunday at 12:30 p.m. They're also looking for their first win in an elimination match.
With that scoreless draw against Utah, that gets counted as a draw. Yes, they advanced on PKs, but that doesn't count as a win. This could be their first knockout win if they can prevent Portland from scoring, and it would be their first victory over Portland since 2016.
Ball sent in. Looking for Tyler Lucy as Rachel Daly now back on the pitch. We'll let that roll out. Soccer fans, the official shop of the NWSL is now open. Visit NWSLshop.com now and sign up to be the first to receive special offers and promotions. NWSLshop.com, the official place to gear up and support your favorite team.
And I did get confirmation today that international shipping will be added this week. We should see it before the championship game. But I would go to the shop now, NWSLshop.com, sign up so that you get the discount code. As soon as international shipping is available, fans can buy gear for the tournament, a pride tee from any of the current 9 clubs or Louisville. I don't think there's any Angel City FC merch yet, but I'm sure that's coming soon too.
Seiler trying to play that one outside to Weaver. Groom just outside the circle. Square ball. Chapman striding forward. No one stepping up as she plays it out wide. Vizzali. They're going to go right back to Chapman. Chapman and Vizzali not on the same page.
Almost 75 minutes in, Josh, and still we have not seen a sub from the Houston Dash. No one's gone an entire game without using subs, and nearly all the games in the tournament have featured all 5 subs used by both teams. Must be feeling nicer in Sandy, Utah with the overcast weather.
Lewis with the left-footed ball. Lewis looking for her second goal of the tournament. For Houston, coming into the game, they had 5 goals, all assisted by different players. That Rachel Daly goal is the first goal in this Challenge Cup that is not assisted by another player.
And all 5 of those goals before today coming in their first 2 games.
Sinclair. Rodriguez. Played wide to Westfall. Westfall. Back post. And that one over the head of Weaver. Ogle giving chase. Hansen right there. Ogle wins possession. For Portland, they have 2 shots on target in this one, both coming in the second half. They're going to have to challenge Jane Campbell. Jane Campbell coming into the game had 14 saves. As we will have our hydration break. We will head to that hydration break Houston up 1-0 against the Portland Thorns. We'll be right back. You're watching the NWSL right here on Twitch. Welcome back. Josh Toll and Jen Cooper with you. Houston up 1-0 on a goal coming from Rachel Daly. Been a little bit more than 3.5 games now since Houston last scored. But right now, Rachel Daly giving the Dash the 1-goal lead as Portland has a little bit more than 13 minutes to try to level this one up to send it to PKs possibly.
Last time that Portland came from behind after going down a goal was early August of last year. They were hosting North Carolina at home, gave up an early goal to Crystal Dunn, came back to win that game 2-1, but Josh, both of those goals were own goals. It was the first and only NWSL game with 2 own goals by the same team.
For Portland, they've used 3 subs. Houston has yet to use a single sub in this one. You have to wonder if James Clarkson is to make a move at some point. What player he could bring in for defensive purposes as this is played to Prince.
Megan Oyster, of course, questionable for the match since they didn't start her. I'm assuming they're not going to use her. You've got Erin Simon. Christine Nairn unavailable due to general medical, which was on the injury report. Katie Stengel is available for this match. She was not dressed for the last match, but she is dressed and available for this one. I don't really see what you would change defensively as long as those players are feeling good, right?
I think it'd be more up top to bring someone in for defensive help. Klingenberg. Looking to find Weaver. Coming back is Naughton. And corner here for the Portland Thorns. Good job there by Weaver of stretching that back line, making Naughton have to come over to play that out past the end line. Portland always so dangerous on these corners. Look at 8 different players over 5'8" on this team. They have an aerial advantage over most teams. That one sent away by Naughton. Westphal wins the ball back. Sends it in towards the spot. Seiler, that one blocked away by Hansen.
All of Dash coming back to help defensively.
Klingenberg. Hansen denying Klingenberg from getting around her, and Prince clears it away.
So important for Dash to shut down the Thorns. Finish the game clean. We have seen them off and on in the past, holding a lead and giving it up to allow a tie. And of course, in this game, a tie doesn't stand, right? You go straight to penalties. This could be the club's first ever knockout win, first win over Portland in 4 years. But still, 10+ minutes to go.
Hubley charging forward. Prysock sends it away, but right to Westphal. Westphal towards the top of the area. Ogle. Lucy, she's had a couple big game goals for Portland as this is played back, but right to Mewis. There you see Seiler and Rodriguez tripping over, and Vasali in the area for the Houston Dash.
Tori Penso, our referee for today, blowing her whistle. She did 3 first-round games and 1 of the quarterfinals.
Klingenberg always so dangerous on these set pieces.
Portland's goal against Washington coming off a Klingenberg free kick.
Sinclair. Klingenberg. Near side to Westfall. Westfall near the end line, crosses. Daly trying to win the ball from Mingus. Good battle there. And then the late foul and free kick coming.
One of the few times you'll see a player like Emily Mingus foul. Daly trying to make a run down the near side. Gets tangled up with Menges. You can see Menges holding her jersey, or maybe it's the edge of her shorts. Daly winning the call.
Daly with the lone goal in this one. That one coming in the 69th minute. Came off a Sophie Schmidt header that hit the crossbar. Daly was able to get the rebound and punch it home. Vazali. Towards the spot, Prince, that one over the head.
Prince doing so much great work today. Crosses, runs down the flank, almost connected well there. Just a quick look at our bracket. If Houston advances, they play the winner of Sky Blue and Chicago from tonight's semifinal championship game coming Sunday. It'll air on broadcast CBS in the US and Canada, and of course here on Twitch everywhere else.
Ogle just outside the area. Klingenberg, corner here for the Portland Thorns. Houston Dash looking for their first win against the Thorns since 2016. Trying to hold on to this one for just a little bit more than 5 minutes remaining.
Dash getting their goal off a corner. 20th goal scored in the second half in this tournament.
Naughton once again cleared away. She has been solid on clearances today for the Houston Dash.
Only field player for Dash to play every minute of the tournament.
On a big piece coming over in that trade for Kaylee Watt. And she has been tremendous once again here at center back for James Clarkson. Rodriguez plays it up, Sinclair. And that one just sent out a play by Sophie Schmidt.
We saw the fight in this Portland team against North Carolina. They knew going into that quarterfinal how close it was going to be, how the odds were stacked against them, and they managed to pull off a 1-0 win. Here their best shot is earning a draw and going to PKs.
This one to Lucy and just sends it off frame.
Jane Campbell taking her time picking that up to burn a few seconds off the clock. And it sounds like we will be seeing our first Houston Dash sub of the day.
Campbell sends us right to midfield. And that one goes off Daly, and now we should see that sub for Houston, and it will be CC Kaiser coming on for Christy Mewis.
Kaiser drafted just one spot after Ali Prysock last year. Finished her collegiate career as Ole Miss's all-time leading scorer. Most used sub for the Dash last year, so I'm not surprised she's the first sub on for the Dash today. Now
Kaiser will look to hold Portland at bay as they look for that equalizer goal. You've seen some late goals for Portland. Tyler Lucy holds the latest goal in Portland history. She is on the field for the Thorns, one of the 3 subs that Mark Parsons has used. Mingus, diagonal ball.
And keep in mind, with the hydration breaks we've seen, there tends to be a little bit more stoppage time than a normal soccer match.
First semifinal game of the day. Sky Blue in Chicago will play at 10 Eastern. First time we've also been at Rio Tinto Stadium. Daly is going to run out of room as this ball finds its way past the touchline. Sinclair was hitting the nose on that play as she's covering her mouth. Christine Sinclair, 49 career NWSL goals, 186 international goals.
And keep in mind, in this tournament, Josh, the team that scores first has never lost. A couple times they've tied, but they've never lost.
That statistic bodes well for the Dash. Portland hoping to change that number. At least trying to get that draw to send this to PKs. Prince looking for Daly. That one cut out by Hubley. Westfall weaving through. Mingus. Mingus steps inside. See Houston just playing back, making sure that Portland cannot get numbers in front of them. And now the ball over the top. I'm going to say handball, and this one touching the arm of Rachel Daly. And Daly's going to get a yellow card. I think she's going to get it for playing the ball backwards. Daly's saying that she was tripped up by Klingenberg.
Not really sure what that call was for.
So now our first yellow card for Rachel Daly here in the semifinals.
Thankfully, no accumulation at play in this from previous games. Of course, if she got another yellow, she would have to miss the final if Houston advances.
And Portland will have 6 minutes of stoppage time to work with to try to find an equalizer. For Houston, they will try to add on to their goal total.
Hearing we're going to have another Houston sub.
And it looks like we could have that sub right now, or are they just going to have Westfall move back? They're just going to have Westfall move back, so we will have to wait on the sub. Rodriguez, that one knocked out by Schmidt, and now we will see the sub for the Dash. And this will bring in Veronica Latsko, and she'll replace Nichelle Prince, who had a fantastic game for the Houston Dash.
I know player of the match usually goes to the player with the goal, but my player of the match would definitely be Nichelle Prince.
She had her hand on some good crosses. She was a headache for Megan Klingenberg today. Nichelle Prince, her best game here of this NWSL Challenge Cup. You always wonder which player is going to step up and make a difference. You see many throughout this Challenge Cup, but today, Prince having her best game so far. Houston looking to hold on for a little bit more than 4 minutes to move on to the championship game, which will be played on Sunday at 12:30 p.m. right here at Rio Tinto Stadium.
Of course, 12:30 Eastern, so if you're not sure what time that is for you, you know, just go to timeanddate.com and do the little time zone converter.
Rachel Daly with the lone goal in this one, coming in the 69th minute.
Off a corner, too.
This one played forward as we'll go out of play, and Thorns look to get going once again. And rain picking up a little bit in Rio Tinto Stadium.
First time we're talking about rain, but not talking about OL rain. We've had such an incredible run of weather for this tournament.
Sinclair. Klingenberg. Let's go on her.
So dangerous from the flanks.
Klingenberg with the right foot. Headed up, and that one right into the outstretched arms of Jane Campbell.
Campbell wisely brings it down, gets a few extra seconds on that. Give her teammates time to push forward. Bet we'll see a little boot ball here, send it long. Maybe not as long as she wanted. If this result stands, Josh, it's the first knockout win in franchise history for the Houston Dash, and their first win over the Thorns since 2016. Thorns still have to be pleased with their performance in this tournament, given all the injuries that they've had to deal with.
Jane Campbell looking to hold on for her third clean sheet here in this NWSL Challenge Cup as Prysock plays this over. Dangerous pass there. Lucy was in pursuit for the Thorns.
Jane's got 12 regular season shutouts, all-time club leader. And as you mentioned, this could be her third so far in the tournament.
Lucy trying to thread to Weaver. Weaver with a chance, and Campbell dives on top of the ball. Weaver got beyond Prysock. Now Prysock's slow to get up. Prysock holding that calf. Hopefully this is just a cramp. The way she's stretching is that's what it looks like.
I'd always rather see that.
And we've seen that happen throughout this tournament late in the games. These players cramp up.
Breakaway. Weaver making the run. Prysock trying to get a foot on it, but it seems like the ball still ends up in the path of Morgan Weaver, who gets the final touch. Yeah, bounces off of Weaver. Campbell comes out, makes the save.
And now we will see Megan Kelly in for the Houston Dash. And it looks like Marissa Everett will come in for Morgan Weaver. Morgan Weaver might stay on. And she'll have to wait. We'll have to wait for those subs.
And it sounds like Megan Kelly will make her first appearance for the Dash, coming in for Vasali whenever subs are allowed.
About a minute remains as Houston looks to hold on to this 1-0 lead to move on to the championship game. Houston also looking for their first victory against the Portland Thorns since 2016. So Portland will hold off on using their substitution. And Daly just plays this out. And now we should see Megan Kelly come in, and she will replace Allie Prysock.
I'm guessing that means that Sophie Schmidt is moving back to that center spot where Prysock was.
And we saw Schmidt do that in the last game against Utah. So she'll hold down that role here for the next minute or so. Portland will need a push forward to try to find an equalizer here late if they want to send this to PKs. And Hansen simply plays this away to the touchline.
Looks like all of the orange jerseys are back to play defense.
Schmidt sends it sky high. If anything, that will just let the clock tick down. Houston patiently awaits that final whistle. Kelly sends it into the air.
Kelly's debut comes at a great time.
Is the final whistle, and Houston has defeated the Portland Thorns, and they will move on to the championship game with a final victory of 1-0. Well, Jen, it took 4 years, but a big win for Houston as they move on to the championship game, eliminating the Portland Thorns.
More important than the 4 years since they beat Portland, it's the first time in franchise history, so let's say 7+ years, that they reach a championship game.
A huge knockout for the Houston Dash as they are the first team here in semifinals to move on to the championship game on Sunday.